y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary, and today we're going to do our weekly reading wrap-up for the week of December 12th to the 18th. 1 week left to Christmas, y'all. I'm so excited. Well, hello there, it's Mr. Mustache Man, and today I have a very, very special happy birthday message to my good friend Henry and Hagrid. Hagrid, happy birthday. I know your birthday is not till Tuesday, but I wanted to say happy birthday now. And in honor of Henry's birthday, today we have the Rich Uncle Moneybags mustache. This was made famous by Sir Walter Parker, a self-made millionaire. Once he made his first million, his previously saggy mustache began to curl upwards to reflect his extreme happiness. So, happy birthday, Henry. You are a handsome, handsome boy. First, let's start off saying welcome and thank you to some of our new subscribers. We have Beth McCrae, Antonisha Lachey, and Evie Smith. Thank you all so much for subscribing and watching my videos, because it really means the world to me. Without you guys, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself. So thank you for subscribing and tuning in. I love y'all. Now let's get on to the reading that I finished this week, because somehow this week was a very big reading week for me. I finished a ton of reading. Finally finished Dragonfly Falling by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is book 2 in the Shadows of the App series, and if you've been following along, I've been reading this book since like October. I finally finished it. I enjoyed parts of it tremendously. Other parts dragged for me. I know a lot of people out there were like, Kate, why don't you just DNF this because you're not enjoying it? But I was enjoying parts of it, and I wanted to see what happened. I didn't want people to tell me I wanted to experience what happened in this book. And I have book 3 and book 4, which I'm hoping have a slightly faster pace, but I still want to read those because y'all were so kind enough to give them to me. I'm still going to read them, and I'm still going to enjoy them, because if you've seen my videos before, you know that I enjoy almost everything that I read. I don't dislike a lot of books that I read because I find stuff to enjoy in each and every book. So I finally finished Dragonfly Falling. I think I gave it about a 3-star, but it was I still enjoyed all of the detail that Adrian Tchaikovsky puts into his writing so far. Now, granted, these 2 books are the only Adrian Tchaikovsky books I've read so far, so I don't know if that's the world that he's in or his writing style in general, but so far I enjoyed that bit of it. Nothing gets left out. And so anytime you have a question, you know it's going to be answered at some point, because he doesn't leave anything out. I also finished the Return of the King audiobook. This was the final book in the Lord of the Rings series, and y'all, I loved this so much. This whole series, this whole read was so special. I loved it, and I can't wait to read it again someday. The audiobooks were great. I listened to the Rob Inglis audiobooks, which I'll link down below in the description. He, first of all, has a fantastic singing voice. All of the songs, he sings himself. So that's great. And he has like slightly different voices for each of the characters. Even all the different hobbits and the different, dwarves and whatnot that we get, he has a slightly different voice for each character. So I absolutely loved that aspect of it. And he had great enthusiasm while reading it. He was a great narrator. I absolutely loved him. I know a lot of people prefer Andy Serkis, who was the voice of Gollum in the movies, and he has his own audiobook narrations. A lot of people prefer that. I haven't listened to that. I listened to Rob Inglis first before I knew about that, so it's slightly sentimental to me, but I felt like Rob Inglis did a fantastic job. I also finished 2 Stephen King short stories from Night Shift. I finished Battleground, which was about these toy soldiers essentially come to life and lay siege on a man. And it was so much fun. I really enjoyed that short story. And then the second short story I read was Trucks. And this one is essentially about a bunch of trucks that have come to life and take siege of a gas station. And that one was very different and left a huge open ending. You kind of see like where it's going, but it doesn't actually close out the story. So I didn't like that one as much because it didn't feel complete to me, but I still enjoyed reading it. I finished the 2 more audiobooks this week. It was a week of audiobooks for me. Finished the Clanlands Almanac by Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish from the Outlander series, and y'all, this book was so much fun. It was so funny. I love these 2 men together. They have such great bromance and rivalry, and they're just hilarious together. So if you're going to read the Clanlands Almanac, I highly recommend listening to the audiobook instead of reading the physical copy, because these guys just give it something a little extra. And then the last audiobook that I finished was Frankenstein. I absolutely loved this book so much, and you'll have another video coming from me tomorrow about Frankenstein alone. But y'all, this is a new obsession for me. I absolutely loved this so much. I see myself reading this at least every other year, if not every year. It's a definite reread for me. I can't wait to read it again already. Now let's talk about my current reads. So I am currently reading Anathema by Neil Stevenson. This is my ebook that I'm reading at work, and work has been really busy for me this past 2 weeks because we've had final exams that I've had to proctor. But I'm still enjoying this read. I was telling folks on Michael Nipp's Discord, which I'll link down below, that this has been a weird reading experience for me because I have no idea what's going on or to who, but I'm still really, really enjoying this read and this world, and a lot of it is very philosophical conversations, and I'm really enjoying it a lot, even though I have no idea what's going on. So that's Anathema's going, or Anathema, I think is how you are supposed to pronounce it. Rich will tell me how to pronounce it, and I always forget. Now this morning I started a new audiobook, and that's Anne of Green Gables. This is my patron pick of the month for December. Stephanie from Miss Richards Reads is my patron of the month. She's one of my best friends. I love Stephanie to pieces, and she picked an Anne of Green Gables reread for us, and I love this book so much. I need to read the rest of this series because I've only read book 1, but I love it so much. I love Anne and I love Matthew, and just their friendship and their relationship is just so special. I am still reading Jade War. I'm really enjoying being back into this world and this rivalry and seeing everything happening after book 1 ends. Still reading Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norwell, and I am enjoying this so much. I just love the tone and the air, and just everything about this book just feels like old-timey, and like I'm back in the Victorian times, even though it's not Victorian. It just feels like it. It just reminds me a lot of Dracula, which you all know I love. So really enjoying that. And then hopefully maybe by Monday, I'll say, or Tuesday, hopefully Monday, I will be finishing Outlander number 9, Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone. I am slightly over halfway through this book, and I really want to make this a priority to get through most of it by this end of this weekend, but hopefully by Monday I will have finished this so I can focus on my other reads. I know you all are probably amazed that I'm still reading this even though it came out last month, but this month has just been, because of my new personal life, I don't have a lot of reading time during the week, which is totally okay because I am enjoying my new relationship so much, but that leaves all of the reading time during the weekend when I'm home, and so I don't get as much reading done as I used to, but I'm enjoying everything so much. Now my next reads, we still have one almost 2 full weeks left in December. So I'm hoping to at least start these next books by the end of December, if not finish some of them. My next reads will be The Cracked Spine, which is a cozy mystery about a Scottish bookstore. My friend Stephanie recommended this book along with my friend Sharon, and I am buddy reading it with my friend Stacy, and I can't wait to start this. I might put Anathem on the back burner and start this week because this just feels like that Christmas time book to read. Soon I will be starting The Bear and the Nightingale, which is a read-along and buddy read with my best friend Evie at She Was Only Evie. This is one of Evie's favorite books, along with Frankenstein, which, as you know, I just finished. And I can't wait to start this because everyone that's been reading this has absolutely loved it, so I cannot wait to start this. I'll also be starting The Helm of Midnight, which is a buddy read led by my friend Sharon at Sharon Dwyer, and this is a spooky read. This might get pushed back to the next week, but we'll see how this coming week goes. And lastly will be The Family, which is a historical fiction book, my book of the month pick, and I can't wait to get to this whenever I can, hopefully by the end of December, but we'll see. So that was my weekly reading wrap-up. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite book you read this past week is. What book are you looking forward to reading next week? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I have a new video coming out. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.